it.
Why are you? Why?
Obviously, I've had a pop at Jack this week. I've had a pop at a few people this week because I do stick up for what I believe in. I do believe a lot of people have changed their beliefs this week because money's been involved.
Yep.
It's not a bad thing. I don't know people's situations on the outside, so...
It's slightly different way to doing it. Normally, you come out, we have a break, you can compose yourself, sit down and chat, but tonight you're coming straight out, straight into it. So there's a lot to take in. So just take your time. Try not to listen to what's going on out there.
No, I can't breathe.
But what do you think to that reaction?
I'm expecting it. Like, literally, on the outside, what's going on? I'm a bit of a villain, so, you know, on the outside, not a lot of people like me, and it doesn't really concern me because I've got friends who will literally, like, take a bullet for me, and that's what I need, and that's... I don't care if I've got 6 mates like that in my life, all the rest of them out there can just f*** off.
Do you feel like you made, apart from Nick, any true friends in the house?
Chloe is the sweetest girl you will ever meet in your life. She has been exactly the same from day one, like, honestly, and she's felt like she's got a lot of shit this week for taking that money. Right. No, she wants to get married. She's £5 is when you want to get married.
We'll get on to cash bomb. We'll get on to cash bomb in a little while. But 4 weeks in a row you faced walking out of those doors.
Exactly. I've got them out sometimes.
I know, but did that ever get to you?
No, never. You see me on the sofas like every single week. Everyone else has been worried. For God's sake, like Nick's more worried for me than I am for myself, and I just sit there and. Like, nothing like that ever phases me because I knew I went into a house that I'd have to come out of and I knew I was going to get booed and I literally don't care because, like I said, I've just seen my sister screaming for me, my mates. I've got, like, mates who have come down to see me I didn't even expect to be here and it's amazing. It's literally amazing.
OK, let's talk about Nick. Should we talk about Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about Nick.
No, we're not talking about Nick.
He has dominated your time in that house and a lot of the time he's dominated your mood.
No, actually, he hasn't.
My goodness, Harry, that mood, he's up there and then down there.
He actually, most of the time, the problem is, most of the time, obviously there's not a lot to do in the house. So most of the time, I'll be annoyed at something else and people will turn around to Nick and be like, have you done something to upset her? And I'll be like, no, I'm not angry at you, but because Nick is so like, he's very nervous sometimes, he doesn't have a lot of contact, he'll be like,
He's quite placid as well, though, isn't he?
I mean, that makes me look, well, not worse, that just makes me look larger than I already am when it comes to kicking off.
Let's talk about your status then, because we've all been quite confused, haven't we? About what is going on with you and Nick, what is going on with you and your wife, what is going on with you and, you know, anyone else that you may have mentioned. He said in tonight's show, what we've seen, that in the house you're boyfriend and girlfriend. So what is your take on it?
My take is that me and Nick both agreed under Secret Duvet Club, which I'm sure you've all heard about.
That what?
Under Secret Duvet Club, because we all got kicked off about yesterday. That the house is not real life. So you cannot start a relationship in a place that's not real life because we're away from everything. We're not living in the real world. We're living together. We're doing everything backwards.
And that is a fair point.
Yeah.
But surely that must give you an inkling as to what you might like on the outside.
Yeah, it does, and I would like to see where it progresses, but I'm not going to profess my feelings to someone when, like, you know, I can't, do you know... Oh, could you
listen, just try and concentrate. You don't need to profess your feelings. You don't need to profess your feelings. That's totally up to you, but you could say whether you would like to have a relationship with somebody or not.
I really would. And Nick is a very lovely person. But like I said, like the amount of relationships, I don't watch Big Brother, but all I hear about is from Big Brother is people being together in the house, coming outside and it going absolutely up. And I don't want to be that person.
I love that Harris just said we've seen you have quite a few arguments with Nick. In the house. Is that the way you are on the outside when you're in a relationship?
Not necessarily, because most of the time I've had arguments, it wasn't even about Nick. Like I said, like everybody would think it was about Nick because there's not a lot to speak about, and everybody would not think it was about them because I don't speak about my problems.
Yeah.
I will literally sit there fuming and not say absolutely nothing. So people would assume it was about Nick because I'm closest to him in the house. There's only one argument I ever had with Nick in that house, and that's the fact that he didn't stick up for me when I felt he should have done. But apart from that, I couldn't care less because if someone in that house is slagging me off and they don't have the to say it to my face, then crack on, love, because your opinion's irrelevant.
I think no matter what lots of people's opinions of you are, the one thing they can't say about you is that you're not honest and direct. I mean, there's no bones about how you felt about everybody in that house, and you did always stick to your guns, and we saw that especially during Cash Bomb Week.
Yeah.
But you do have quite a temper, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Why do you find it so hard to control it?
Because in my coping mechanism in the outside world, I've got a little rescue Jack Russell called Smokey. I absolutely adore her. She comes everywhere with me. If I get stressed out, I literally just like go out, walk my dog. I go for a ride on my horses. I get away. Like, do you know what I mean? Have a think, calm myself down, and come back, and then it's never mentioned again because, like I said, I just forget about things. But I got so frustrated in that house because I don't deal well with like pressure, I don't deal well with authority, and I've got someone like Big Brother, although yeah I know I signed up for a show that someone's authority, I've got Big Brother saying, this is Big Brother, Harry, could you please calm down? This is Big Brother, Harry, could you please come to the diary room? This is Big Brother, Harry, could you please do this, do that? And I'm like, oh, right.
But as you say, you signed up to the show, and you've obviously seen the show, so you do have to take that on board.
I'll be honest, like, when my sister's got Big Brother on around her house, I'll watch it whilst I'm eating my dinner.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I'm not, like, I don't really view the show very much because I work funny hours. So, like, I didn't really think it would be as authoritative and as strict as it was.
Right.
I did think that, like, they just, do you know what I mean? Like, let me do what I wanted to do and let me calm down and let me do this. But the fact that they, like, obviously I know it's a show, but the fact that I was in an enclosed room, for me, made it worse. So I'm very outdoorsy.
Can't go outdoors there, really, apart from a tiny little garden.
Oh, I love it! Like, literally, they can crack the on. I don't
No, I meant in the house. I mean in the house, there's not much space to go outside. Let's talk about Cash Bomb. You have said that money is making people show their true colours. Who do you think is really showing their true colours now that money's involved?
Danny!
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I've not seen what you've seen. But I would say...
No, but you did say to Chloe, didn't you, that he's annoyed because he didn't get the opportunity to take the $5 grand. Do you genuinely think that?
Yeah. Like I said, like, you know, Jack took what I said in very good grace about the fact that, like I said, like, I'm not going to keep that money for myself because it was Jack's money, and for me to take it off Jack, for me in my eyes, is wrong because I'm robbing it off Jack. So I put it into the prize fund. So, but I felt that if I'd kept that money for myself, Jack probably would have kicked off and thought that, like, his financial situation maybe could be worse than mine in his eyes. So he should have kept it. But for me, yeah, like Danny and Jack were both really quite annoyed at Chloe.
Do you think they want it the most?
Danny has openly admitted he does reality TV to finance a better lifestyle for him and his family. So, yeah, I would say that Danny probably does want to win because he wants the money, because that's the ideology of why he signed up for the show in the first place.
Who would you like to see win?
Nick or Chloe?
I'm glad you said Nick.
87 grand. Nick doesn't really care about the money, but Nick is a true Big Brother fan, and he would absolutely love to win Big Brother just so he can say he's done it. Because I don't.
I'm glad you said Nick as well, though, because it shows that you're still staying loyal.